Few people in politics are more polarizing than Ted Cruz. The Texas senator is known as a fierce partisan, and we see that in the way he approaches key issues. Our Ryan Chandler spoke one-on-one with Senator Cruz about his views on immigration as he prepares to face an election challenge.
Still no progress towards what every Republican agrees is the top priority, better securing the border. Is this something that we need to get done before this election? And how do you think the politics of the election year are influencing the debate in Washington?
What is happening at our southern border is an utter catastrophe. It is a crisis. I spend a lot of time at the border. I go down to the border over and over and over again. I bring a lot of my colleagues down. I bring a lot of other senators down because I think until you see it with your own eyes, you can't really understand. I promise you, folks listening at home, if you haven't gone and seen it, as bad as you think it is worse. When I bring senators down to the border, I'll go with Border Patrol. We'll go out on midnight patrol. And when you go out on midnight patrol, you don't actually look for illegal aliens. They look for you. Within minutes of being out on patrol, you will have groups of illegal aliens come up to you and they will turn themselves in. They affirmatively turn themselves in to the Border Patrol. Why is that? Because when they do so, the Biden administration will send them to whatever city they want to go. They know that once they turn themselves in, Joe Biden has put in place catch and release, which means they get to stay here.
You know, I've been on those patrols with Border Patrol as well, and it is harrowing. It is a crisis just to see how they are inundated and trying to help as best they can. But one of the things that they stress is that we need to stem the flow of migrants. They're simply overwhelmed, and they need more resources. The bill that just failed in Congress, you voted against, would have provided a mechanism to turn off that flow at certain levels. It would have provided more resources to Border Patrol. Why was that not the answer?
The bill that the Democrats drafted was a terrible bill. This bill, number one, would not have fixed the problem. But number two, it would have even made it worse. So understand, the Democrats do not want to secure the border. So they were not willing to agree to anything that actually would secure the border. Here's what this bill would do. It would codify, it would put into law Joe Biden's open borders. It would codify catch and release. Right now, when the Biden administration releases illegal immigrants they're apprehending, they're violating the law. This bill would have said, nope, perfectly okay to let them go. Not only that, it codifies catch and release. It provides immediate work permits to the illegal aliens that are being released. It provides lawyers paid for by the taxpayers.
The Biden administration and their handling of the border is not a result of incompetence or policy failure. You say it is deliberate.
That's exactly right.
On what evidence do you make the argument that President Biden wants this to happen? Because he is saying that he wants to solve this just as much as anybody, and he says you need to give him a bill to do it.
Well, except the facts are to the contrary. Let's review the facts. When Joe Biden became president, he inherited the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. Working hand in hand with President Trump, we had made enormous progress securing the border. It was working. All Joe Biden had to do was nothing. He literally had to just don't screw it up. And instead, he did the opposite. His first week in office, understand this is deliberate. His first week in office, he made three decisions. He immediately halted funding of the border wall, shut it down on day one. Number two, he reinstated catch and release, the policy that when someone's apprehended, they get let go. And number three, the most damaging, he pulled out of the Remain in Mexico agreement, which had produced tremendous results. It's why we had the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years. And what were the results? Literally overnight, we went from the lowest rate of illegal immigration in 45 years to the worst in history. Those were three unilateral decisions. And Ryan, what that means, Joe Biden could solve this problem tomorrow.
There's much more to Ryan's interview with Senator Cruz. We posted the whole thing online. You can find it now in the State of Texas section of our website. Thank you again for joining us for State of Texas. I'm Josh Hinkle, and we'll be back next week to bring you an in-depth look at Texas politics.